Canelo Alvarez is no stranger to chaotic encounters, but one of the most unforgettable scenes unfolded recently when Alvarez clashed with Edgar Berlanga at the airport before their face-off conference. The tension was palpable, and Alvarez, unable to contain his excitement, unexpectedly lunged at Berlanga, landing a punch squarely on his face. The blow was so intense that Berlanga sustained a head injury, prompting doctors to advise him not to proceed with the match. This incident has raised serious questions about whether the fight will happen as planned and what kind of shape Berlanga will be in if it does. Despite the injury, Berlanga remains eager for the match, driven by a burning desire for revenge against Alvarez. Reflecting on the encounter, Berlanga admitted he didn't see the punch coming. He was too caught up in the belief that everything was going smoothly. Now he realizes he underestimated Alvarez, comparing him to a treacherous snake who can't be trusted and is always ready to strike. Berlanga is determined not to make the same mistake again. As he prepares for their next showdown, he's focused on staying sharp and not underestimating his opponent. Despite his doctor's advice, Berlanga is resolute in his desire to continue with the fight. He's itching for the chance to face Alvarez in the ring and prove that he's not backing down. Berlanga is hopeful that everything will fall into place, especially on the day of the match against Alvarez. Currently, he's recovering from his head injury, slowly getting back into training, and preparing little by little for the big fight. He's determined to be in top form when the time comes to face Alvarez in the ring. The highly anticipated fight between Alvarez and Berlanga is set to take place on September 14th at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Fans are eagerly awaiting the showdown, as both fighters are known for attracting legions of passionate supporters. However, the real question on everyone's mind is whether Berlanga will be in the right condition to fight after his injury, and whether the tension from their previous encounters will spill over into the ring. The face-off between Alvarez and Berlanga was described as nothing short of intense. Berlanga kicked things off by declaring that his fight with Alvarez would go down in history as one of the greatest. He confidently stated that he wouldn't let his fans down and that he was preparing to battle one of the best fighters in the world. Berlanga's bold statements added fuel to the fire, making it clear that he was ready to back up his words in the ring. Berlanga didn't hold back during the face-off, taunting Alvarez by boldly stating that he planned to use this fight as his ticket to becoming a legend. He seemed unconcerned about how his remarks might infuriate Alvarez, simply saying what was on his mind. His confidence was undeniable, and he delivered his message with clarity, making it clear that he wasn't intimidated by Alvarez's reputation. When it was Alvarez's turn to speak, it seemed that Berlanga's taunts had struck a nerve. The usually composed champion appeared to struggle with finding the right words to convey his message. Was it due to his limited familiarity with English, or was he actually feeling the pressure from Berlanga's bold statements? Berlanga's taunts may have gotten under Alvarez's skin more than expected, leaving fans to wonder if the mental game was starting to shift in Berlanga's favor. Alvarez spoke with such intensity that the entire audience was on the edge of their seats, completely hyped by his words. His fierce energy and undeniable credentials sent a clear message to everyone watching that he was more than ready for the challenge ahead. Alvarez is riding a 4-fight win streak since 2022, with his latest victory over Jermall Charlo in May. In just 11 months, he became the undisputed super middleweight champion, solidifying his place among the sport's elite. However, despite his accomplishments, Alvarez will not be defending his IBF title, as it will be stripped from him by Fight Night. Even so, Alvarez is fully prepared to face Berlanga, eager to prove that he's still at the top of his game. Alvarez expressed his excitement about the upcoming fight, saying, "I am very happy for this fight between Mexico and Puerto Rico. It's exciting to be part of another great Mexico versus Puerto Rico battle inside the ring, because historically we have always offered unforgettable fights full of passion. I am proud to contribute to this legacy, and facing an opponent like Edgar Berlanga adds even more excitement and meaning to this event." The face-off between Alvarez and Berlanga didn't end on peaceful terms. Tensions flared when someone from the audience brought up the topic of ring IQ. Naturally, Alvarez, known for his aggressive nature, didn't miss the chance to take a shot at Berlanga. He confidently asserted that he has a higher IQ in the ring, a remark that clearly hit its mark and further fueled the intensity of their rivalry. Alvarez boldly declared that Berlanga is nothing compared to the caliber of opponents he has faced, including legends like Floyd Mayweather. Alvarez's confidence was sky high as he seemed to have measured Berlanga and found him lacking. From his words, it was clear that Alvarez is dead serious about this fight and genuinely believes there's nothing Berlanga can bring to the table that he hasn't already seen and conquered. When asked about where Berlanga ranks among the opponents he's faced, Alvarez dismissed the question, saying, "Nothing compared to them." This level of confidence has fans wondering if Berlanga is truly prepared for the challenge that Alvarez presents. As for Berlanga's response to Alvarez's bold remarks, he had little to say other than cursing at Alvarez in frustration. It's clear that Berlanga is itching to get his hands on his opponent, and from his reaction, it seemed like he wanted to deliver a punch straight to Alvarez's mouth to prove his worth. Unfortunately for Berlanga, he'll have to hold off on that until September 14th when he can finally settle the score in the ring. The tension between the two fighters nearly boiled over during the face-off when security failed to intervene. Berlanga was visibly furious with Alvarez for interrupting him while he was speaking. He repeatedly told Alvarez to shut up and let him talk, but Alvarez remained unfazed and seemed indifferent to the insults. The exchange between the two was heated, with both fighters refusing to back down. While the airport scene was intense, it was just a preview of the fireworks we can expect when these two fighters finally meet in the ring. The big question remains, will Alvarez continue his reign of dominance, or will Berlanga prove that he's as strong as he claims to be? The September 14th showdown promises to be one of the most electrifying events in recent boxing history, and fans are eagerly awaiting the outcome. As we wait for the big day, I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Do you think Alvarez will maintain his dominance, or will Berlanga rise to the occasion and deliver an upset? Let me know in the comments below, and let's get the conversation started. Canelo Alvarez is no stranger to chaotic encounters, but one of the most unforgettable scenes unfolded recently when Alvarez clashed with Edgar Berlanga at the airport before their face-off conference. The tension was palpable, and Alvarez, unable to contain his excitement, unexpectedly lunged at Berlanga, landing a punch squarely on his face. The blow was so intense that Berlanga sustained a head injury, prompting doctors to advise him not to proceed with the match. This incident has raised serious questions about whether the fight will happen as planned and what kind of shape Berlanga will be in if it does. Despite the injury, Berlanga remains eager for the match, driven by a burning desire for revenge against Alvarez. Reflecting on the encounter, Berlanga admitted he didn't see the punch coming. He was too caught up in the belief that everything was going smoothly. Now he realizes he underestimated Alvarez, comparing him to a treacherous snake who can't be trusted and is always ready to strike. Berlanga is determined not to make the same mistake again,